The bridge moves a little bit, doesn't it?
Welcome back to Rio Upano in eastern Ecuador's Amazon region, where we stumbled across this amazing little suspension bridge. Just one of many providing access to the scattered, largely indigenous villages lining the river. A picturesque detour after a day filled with landslides, waterfalls, and tunnels to nowhere.
Damn. But this thing moves a lot.
The Shuar culture have called this region home for thousands of years, known in equal measure for their ability to live in harmony with the land and fierce resistance to incursions into their territory. Being one of the few indigenous groups able to avoid widespread displacement or assimilation during Spanish colonization. And with that, our final pit stop of the day, we continued north on Highway E45 to Macas, our home for the evening, and home to some questionable building codes.
All right, well, this is the place supposed to be $12 a night, so yeah, you want to walk up and see what's up. Want a hula hoop?
I do.
Well, they got your size. Where's the light? Oh, here it is. Check this out. The sink and the bath outlets are like halfway in the shower. Outlets. Look, I could charge my phone while I'm washing my hair.
After knocking out power to half the city, we were chased out of town by a pack of dogs before setting off for Riobamba. In the wake of our amazing ride into Macas, we departed the highway and started the ascent into Sangai National Park, one of the most ecologically diverse and beautiful parks in one of South America's most biologically diverse and beautiful countries, riding from the Amazon basin to 3,000 meters, 10,000 feet in the Andes, with plenty of stops along the way to take in the sights, starting with this roadside waterfall. Home to speckled bears, tapirs, and giant otters, the park also boasts 2 active volcanoes. Sangai, the park's namesake volcano, one of Ecuador's most active. Route 46 cuts right through the heart of this 5,000 square kilometer, 2,000 square mile UNESCO World Heritage Site, ascending from the tropical rainforest, through the cloud forest, and into the Paramo grasslands, a high-altitude ecosystem unique to the tropical regions of the Andes.
Whew. Pretty cool. You're all right. Ready to get back to it?
We continued our ascent up the highway into the cloud forest and past a ridiculous number of waterfalls. Temperatures plummeted as we approached the pass at Laguna Negra into the Chimborazo province. This is the Paramo, a cold, humid grassland that serves as a natural reservoir, storing large amounts of water, which slowly percolates through its absorbent, peaty soil, feeding rivers and aquifers year-round, making them extremely vital for the survival of downstream communities. They are also incredibly beautiful to boot. And did I mention cold? With average daily temperatures hovering between freezing and 10 degrees centigrade, 50 degrees Fahrenheit. After the flying of the drone and the taking of the pictures, we set off north through an array of lakes and lagunas on our way to Riobamba, predictably making little progress. There are more than enough days dedicated to pounding slab, mile after mind-numbing mile. Then there are days like this, when it's important to give yourself permission not to rush to your destination.
We are
just for the sake of getting there.
in here, I believe. I don't know about the lake.
This is Riobamba, the eclectic provincial capital, home to approximately 200,000, was originally inhabited by the Purua people. The old city was devastated by a massive earthquake in 1797. Upon its reconstruction, it was chosen as the site for the signing of Ecuador's first constitution in 1830. It is also the springboard for a very unique volcano, Chimborazo, our first stop of the day, before weaving our way back to the highway and dodging traffic north to another unique natural feature, Laguna de Quilotoa, an alpine crater lake sitting at nearly 4,000 meters, 12,000 feet above sea level, in an ancient caldera. Chimborazo is not only Ecuador's highest peak, sitting at over 6,200 meters, 20,500 feet. It is, debatably, the closest point on planet Earth to the Sun. Located just 1 degree south of the equator, the planet's widest point due to a phenomenon known as equatorial bulge. The glacier-covered peak of this long-dormant stratovolcano is closer to outer space than the summit of Mount Everest. These planetary love handles, as it were, also result in reduced gravitational force due to the increased distance from the Earth's core and the centrifugal force created by the rotation of the planet, making the Africa Twin that much lighter and easier to pick up should the need arise. But apparently, we won't be given the chance to find out.
Para motos solamente está acá. De aquí solo carros están subiendo.
No motos?
Motos es restringido en todas las áreas protegidas del país, no solo aquí.
Serio?
Sí.
Oh, hey, okay. Motorcycles aren't allowed. Yeah, only cars.
That's their policy?
That's their policy. No motorcycles, only cars are allowed because it's a protected area.
They need to be protected from us?
Yeah, I guess.
Thoroughly dejected, I decided to take shelter in the cafeteria, while Chad did his best to explain our predicament in gale force winds.
I guess unless we decide to walk or hitchhike with a cager, this is as close as we're gonna get.
You gonna eat that with your helmet on?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's quite the donut hole you got there.
You want some?
Yeah, I want some.
But there was no point in sitting here, eating donuts with my helmet on, with a storm blowing our way.
I just want to get out of here before whatever that is catches up with us.
Yeah, we should go.
Yeah. It looks kind of nasty.
So we decided to take our leave and continue dodging potholes north. Just as soon as we remap the EFI.
Whew. These are just the types of views and vistas that you don't expect, but I mean, this is just breathtaking.
Yeah, definitely.
We go from the volcano down to like these green valleys with meandering streams, and just amazing.
Yeah, it's like we're in a different country now.
I know. Whoa, take it easy, fella.
We had, in fact, during that musical interlude, meandered right off the highway and onto one of the rural backroads of the Tungurahua province. Along rivers, through canyons, and anonymous villages. It's the nameless byways like these, tucked away in the hills somewhere between point A and B, that make you fall in love with riding a motorcycle all over again. So we continued along Riobamba until we meandered right into the provincial capital. Another improbable metropolis of close to 250,000 people in an idyllic setting. It also played a pivotal role in Ecuador's war with Spain, with Ambato, one of the first cities to be liberated, claiming independence in October of 1820. But we were just passing through. After a quick refuel and sticker exchange with a local rider, who was thrilled to see a couple wayward moto hobos enjoying his beautiful home country. Departing the city, we rode north through the alpine meadows of the Western Cordillera. This is the heart of the Avenue of the Volcanoes, a 325-kilometer, 200-mile stretch in the central Andes between Quito in the north and Riobamba in the south, home to nearly 30 dormant and active volcanoes, as well as the village of Quilotoa.
¿Por persona? $2 por persona.
Our home for the night, and home to one of Ecuador's most popular natural landmarks, a 250-meter, 800-foot deep lake in the caldera of an extinct volcano, its last major eruption occurring approximately 800 years ago, after which the cone collapsed and the resulting crater filled with rainwater and snowmelt, creating the lake that sits before us.
Whew, look at that.
Look at that.
Pretty cool.
Looky.
An ethereal, otherworldly, alpine lake, nestled at nearly 4,000 meters, 13,000 feet in the Andes of central Ecuador. An amazing spot to conclude what had been 2 days of incredible riding.
Holy crap. That's wild. That's very cool. Look at that sunset. Look at that. And then look at this. Absolutely wild. Very cool. Woo!